Hi, welcome to Pico Playtime, the video series where I play through some cool Pico 8 games to show to you lovely people. Today's game is called I Demand Coffee and the developer is called Elasticalinen, also known as Sebastian Lind, Swedish developer from Sweden, likes his coffee. And yes, we're going to play his game today called I Demand Coffee, a kind of offbeat platformer, kind of pretty cool platformer. Lots of strange little game mechanics in there, which is cool because often platforming games can kind of rest on their laurels quite a bit, I feel, and you get the same kinds of very similar games. But this one's very different, which is why I wanted to highlight it. Let's read the description for the game, shall we? Introduction. Once upon a time, there was a coffee lover. That's our little yellow character who we're going to be seeing a little bit more of. This coffee-loving blob is out of coffee and the factory seems to be shut down. No one else seems willing to fix it, so it is up to you to restore it. After all, coffee is the fuel for the people. So yes, this is a coffee-themed game, which is what caught my attention. I demand coffee. And I demand coffee. That's why today's stupid endorsement of an energy drink is coffee-themed. Yeah, I've got one of the big boys. I've got a kind of monster here, but it's a little diddy kind of monster. This is Espresso Monster. Monster Espresso. Espresso and milk. It's a triple shot. So when it fires 3 projectiles. Let's read the side of the can because that's always fun on these energy drinks. Europeans are famous for fast cars. Check. Fashion. Well, look at me. Check. And coffee served long, short, hot, cold, you name it. So we travelled the continent, learned from the best baristas and created our latest coffee, Espresso Monster. Espresso Monster is a triple threat. So that means there's no count-outs, there's no disqualifications, and, the championship has the champion's got no advantage. Ice cold milk. Well, it's been out the fridge for a while, so maybe not. And and Monster's Espresso Energy Blend. So yeah, this is a new variant on the Monster Espresso. Sorry, the Monster Energy Blend. It's espresso. Because when it comes to coffee, we're a sophisticated beast. Well, I'm a sophisticated beast. I'm going to open up my can of it says to shake the can gently. Maybe I was a little bit too vigorous in my shaking of the can. Anyway, I'm now covered in Monster Espresso, so this is a fantastic start to the video. Let's see if it tastes good. Well, that's different. It tastes like one of these canned coffee drinks. It's pretty good. I do make fun of these energy drinks, but whenever I have a can of Monster, they always are generally quite nice, and that one is nice. It's a lovely kind of coffee energy drink. Right, I demand coffee. Let's get on with it. So, this is the title screen, but it's also... I like it when games do this, when you are in the game already kind of thing. There's written the title screen. It's just seamless. Right, this is our character here. I don't think they have a name, and they are apparently just an unknown coffee-loving creature. Kind of like me. That's our house. Looks very Swedish. Let's look at those trees. There's little touches like this in this game, like the little animated trees there. The little smoke effects. Those little things like that adds to the polish of the game, the detail. Some lovely fill patterns in the background there, behind those hills. A game made by Sebastian Lind. There you go. I'm not going to say that. Follow them on Twitter. If no one will fix the coffee factory, then I will. Here we go. We're off. Lovely little circle wipe transition there. Lovely. Right. We're in the game. So, this is a platforming game. We can jump. There is no double jump. Sort of. Now, what caught my attention is the very strange platforming mechanics in this game. You may have noticed then that you can kind of roll. A little bit like Sonic, I suppose, except you can climb whilst you roll. Yes, and you can just chill out on the side of a wall. It's kind of the closest thing I can compare it to. It's like Knuckles, the best Sonic character. You can climb, and you can also let's get into a position where I can show you. You can glide as well. If you press X, you do this kind of cool discharge effect. That'll become important later. And yeah, you can glide as well, like Knuckles. Isn't that cool? And your character does that lovely little weird spin. So you notice there, you just land upside down. Your character's cool with that. So yes, jump with Z. I didn't mention it, but this game has got a custom font. Really cool to see. I don't know if that is something that's been. I don't know if they got this in via the new features of Pico 8. I'm guessing they would have done. But yeah, Pico 8 now can support custom fonts. I think it was possible before, but it was just difficult. Anyway, there you go, custom fonts, just to make the game a little bit more unique. So yes, I picked up some coffee. Yum. There are switches to press, things to stand on to make things happen. Hold X to float. I've just noticed this game has an inline tutorial. I like it when games do that. You don't often see there you can climb whilst you glide. You don't often get full tutorials in Pico 8 games. There isn't enough room most of the time once you've finished the game for there to be an extensive tutorial. That would eat a lot of tokens. So there's two ways of kind of doing it. You can either do an inline one like this, or you can put the description of the controls in the description for the game, but people tend not to read them. I do, but people tend not to. To be honest, I'll usually read it after I've given the game a little bit of a try, see if I can figure it out without having to read things. But anyway, this game does the inline tutorials, which are a good way of doing it. So yes, we have to advance through this interesting factory. There are all sorts of I think I made a mistake there. There are all sorts of kind of little platformy puzzle things. Oh, I've screwed it up. Right. Oh, there's an area you can climb up to there. I shouldn't have flipped that switch. Let's see if I can get to it. Otherwise, I'm going to reset because I want to show you some of the different parts of this game. Just little touches as well. Like I was saying about the graphics in this game. I love the no, I'm gonna have to reset, aren't I? Ooh, reset play. What does that do? Oh. That is a cool feature. Before I started recording this game, I did my usual kind of playthrough, and I got quite close to the end, in fact, and I got stuck. One of the blocks that we're going to meet later kind of pushed me up above the top of the game level, and I was stuck. Now, had I pressed the start button, I might have seen that there is a reset player function. That would have been really helpful because I had to kind of close Pico 8 and look in the code and try and work out what's going on. I've left the developer a post on the forum complaining about this bug, and then it turns out there's actually a solution to that bug already in. I'm going to have to go back and edit that. So yeah, there we go. Isn't that a good feature to put in a game though? So we can just respawn ourselves. I am going to reset though, because I want to try and get through as much of this as I can. I don't know if I'll be able to finish this game in time, but anyway, it's another opportunity to look at this cool title, isn't it? It's a cool title screen. Yeah, I want to try and get as far into the game as I can to show you as much of it as I can, but it's quite a big game. There's some really tricky kind of climbing puzzle things that we need to work out. So yeah, if this game looks like something you're interested in, then I suppose spoilers ahead. I'm sure there's someone who can speedrun this game. I'm not that person. Yeah, interesting. It took me a while with this game to kind of get my head around some of the mechanics. Like, if you bump your head, then you just fall straight down. There is if you're falling, there's no air control. So most platformers don't really punish you if you bang your head, but I suppose really think about it, if you jumped full force into the ceiling, banged your head, you probably won't be in a position to kind of control where you were falling. And so yeah, that took me a little bit of a while to get used to, because for example, if you climb up a wall, bang your head, you just fall straight back down. So you have to kind of jump before you get to the top. This is what I mean about the game having kind of unique mechanics. It did take me quite a few, I'll say quite a while, a few minutes to work out exactly what was going on with a lot of the mechanics. But once I had figured them out, you know, the game revealed itself to me. I'm sure there's a better way of saying that. Anyway, those red things, guess what they do? They kill you if you touch them. I'm going to try and avoid doing that, but I'm pretty bad at games, so that's probably not going to happen. That was a lucky miss there, wasn't it? So yes, got some more coffee there. As far as I can tell, the coffee just it's just like a collection thing. I'm not sure how many there are in the game. It may say in the description. I haven't seen. Let's have a quick check just before I prove myself wrong. No, I don't think it says it. Anyway, there's a certain number of coffees in the game. I think when I completed it, I think I got 21. I think. But that could be wrong because I did have to kind of... I hadn't realised that this reset player thing existed. Anim cam on. Should we try turning that off? Oh, does that just keep the camera still? Presumably. One of the kind of unusual things about this, I can kind of see why it's in the game, but it is a little bit confusing. There's quite a lot of areas, like there, for example, where you can't. Trying to think of a good way of putting it. Basically, you get blocked at the top of the screen or the side of the screen by a wall, which is kind of off camera, and it's a bit. It is kind of frustrating, but at the same time, there are some secrets hidden in the game. They are secret because you have to kind of test every wall at the edge of the screen. So, yeah, that's an interesting decision. I think it kind of works, but you might think, oh, why have they done that? I'm just trying to kind of get my head into the space of this game. Anyway, let's try and get some more coffee. Yum. We need to get up there. Oh dear. So yeah, some of these switches you can see. It makes platforms kind of interactable, jumpable, whatever you want to call it. And yeah, you've only got a certain amount of time before they fade out. Oops. Now, this is where things can get a little bit tricky. The checkpoint system in this game. There are checkpoints, which you might have noticed here, the green ones, but keys and items like that which you collect also work as checkpoints. So sometimes it looks as though you can just deliberately die and then to respawn back to where you want to go. You often can't do that. You have to actually go back the hard way. So yeah, don't try cheating. It's not really cheating, whatever. Oh dear. You see there, look, see I died and now I'm back here. I do wish that, like, obviously I can see that it wants me to get out of this area in a legitimate way. But I'm out of there now. Surely this checkpoint here should probably let me carry on. But anyway, you just have to be a bit more careful. There are no lives in this game, so you know the only thing that you're wasting is time if you die, which is nice because it's nice if you can get through games, isn't it? Aha. There we go. So there's another checkpoint. Yeah, I really like the gliding in this. Knuckles is the best Sonic character. There's no question about that. And yeah, he has gliding. So yeah, there you go. I like gliding in my platform games. And the climbing as well. So you see there is some coffee. Let's get that. Again, it takes a little bit of getting used to how the climbing works. If you kind of like press the arrow keys into the wall and your character will just kind of hold on. And then if you let go, obviously, then it will carry on falling. So you have a lot of control over the climbing, and I really like that. It's a lot of, like I say, a lot of platform games tend to have very similar mechanics. You know, a lot of people obviously are very inspired by, you know, games like Mario, and you tend to see lots of copies of that. It's nice to see things going in a different direction. I mean, I've never played a platform game with as much climbing in it as this game, so I like that. I don't think I've mentioned it already, but the graphics. I love how weird the graphics look. Very stylized. I mean, it's not entirely. Am I stood on machinery here? Is this kind of, you know? I don't really know what the level is supposed to be, but it looks really cool, and I like the palette as well. It's again, with Pico 8's extended colours now, it gives games a lot more room for kind of coming up with their own colour scheme. And the colour scheme in this, quite subdued, but very cool looking, I think. It gives the game a really different look. Again, a lot of Pico 8 games can tend to look very similar just because people are using the same colours. This game obviously doesn't do that. Right then, so let's see, how can we get out of here then? Do we need to glide? There we go. Cool, we can keep going. some just little touches as well. Have you noticed how the background is animated? You know, just little touches like that. They just add to the polish of the game, don't they? Another thing I like are the subtle particle effects. Particle effects in games are kind of like seasoning in cooking. You generally want some in there, but you can spoil the food with too much. That's all the cooking knowledge you're going to get from me. But yeah, some games like have way too many particle effects in, but used carefully, like in this game, they add a lot to the game, don't they? Just the little particle effects, like the little kind of bubbles and things on those red platforms. Is that lava? Is it some kind of weird laser? Is it some kind of coffee-based energy source? I don't know. I tell you what I do know though, I need some more of this espresso monster because this is genuinely quite nice. Very good. There you go. That's an actual endorsement from me for a change. Usually I'm just making fun of these drinks, but this time I'm actually saying, no, this is a good drink. Now, it took me, I don't think these pieces of machinery here, I don't think you can activate them. Let's just see. We've got our charge ability. We'll be using that very soon to charge up. It kind of looks like, I mean, this does look like we're inside a factory that's kind of offline. But I keep thinking that I'm supposed to reactivate this machinery or something. I don't think I am. Ah, here we go. So, I kind of glossed over that, didn't I? These blocks here, these are the kind of charge blocks. This is where things start to get a little bit more complicated. So we can use our charging ability, which is also our glide, to kind of activate these blocks, and then we can stick to them and climb them and such. But the trouble is, you can't, if you're gliding, obviously, then you can't get through them. So you have to kind of have a little bit of time in there to get where you want to go. I really like these blocks. I think these are really cool. I can't remember the name of the game, but the game where you're like a light bulb or something and everything you touch gets powered up. That game, I can't remember the name of it. It's kind of like that, you know, but I like it. Different. So let's see how far I can get now. Oh, here we go. Look, so you can see the game's getting a little bit more kind of puzzly now. We have to be quite careful how we proceed. I think this might be important when we're coming back. There we go. You see, it's like I remembered stuff. You have a few seconds after hey, some more coffee. Let's have some more coffee. You have a few seconds after you've finished, kind of after you've let go of the charge button, before those blocks kind of deactivate, which is nice. And yeah, it gives you some cool platforming in this game. If you like your platformers, you need to check this game out. It goes without saying, if I'm doing a video on a game, I think it's probably worth your time. So, you know, visit the link down below whilst I have a sip of coffee. It does have an unusual taste though. There's something different there. Maybe it's the Monster Energy blend. Right. These little power-ups aren't used very much. I think this is the only area in the game where you get them. It's kind of like a jump boost. Like again, I'm going to go back to Sonic because I had a Mega Drive growing up, or a Genesis if you're in America. Yeah, I didn't have a Nintendo. They're kind of like the balloons in Act 4 of Sonic 3, Carnival Night as well. That's what they remind me of. Yeah, they kind of let you jump a little bit higher. So yeah, I'm a big Sonic fanboy. You know, that's just my little personality quirk there. I say I'm a big Sonic fanboy. It's not in the scheme of things, I suppose, really, am I? Anyway, let's see if I can get over this section. So we kind of have to... Right, so we kind of had to let go of glide just as we touch the beam to kind of get maximum height and then start gliding. I'm telling you, the glide mechanic in this is so cool. I like it a lot. Ah, we're back. We're back here. I think we picked up a key, didn't we? I think. I wasn't paying attention. I'm pretty sure we got a key there. Oh no, there's a coffee thing there we missed. Oh, I want to go back and get that. I wonder if I can go... maybe... Ah, no. Right, I'm not doing right. Clearly, I'm not going to do a 100% run of this game whilst I'm on the video, am I? So let's just see how far I can get. Oh my god, I need some more of this coffee, don't I? This game, like many Pico 8 games, it is just the one level. Pico 8's map space is quite limited, so you can't. It's not easy rather to have games with sprawling platforming levels. So yeah, this is just one level in the game. If you're better than me, or if you're just more familiar with the game, you can probably complete this game about 25 minutes or so. I think that's probably how long it took me the first time, maybe. Depends how good you are. So, you know, that's ideal, I think, in a Pico game like this. You know, the system's designed, isn't it, for kind of these short, quirky little games. Oh, yeah. I can't remember how to do this, but there we go. Oh, don't touch the red stuff. Yeah, these light bulbs. These are really cool. Such a cool way of such a cool idea. Giving the level a little bit of verticality. Like I say, when you first play the game, you probably will find the controls quite not unusual. What's the word I'm looking for? I don't think you pick them up straight away, but believe me, persist with it. It is worth it. Again, you can see we're getting kind of more into the sort of interesting puzzle territory here. We need to kind of get bounced up on that bulb. There we go. Without getting bounced back down. That's not a good way of doing it. Oh, you clown. Not entirely sure how I did that then. Tell you what, I'll see if I can get to the next coffee thing. The next coffee pickup. Then I think I might draw things to a close because I don't want to waste your time. This is time that you could be spending playing this game instead of watching me do it. Let's try that again. There's nothing too brutal in this game as platforming puzzles go. You know, this isn't Celeste. So if I'm making it look really difficult, that's just because I'm rubbish. So don't. I think the difficulty of this game is pretty well judged, to be fair. Okay, that's what I wanted to do. We are kind of near the second half of the game now, getting towards the end, I think. And look, we've got these cool rails. Again, there's so many little touches in this game that I wanted to highlight. And that's different lava as well. We've got different lava down there. Yeah, these rails, we can climb up them by using our charge. Hey, there's some coffee. Now, I said I was going to leave it now, but I kind of want to see if there's anything else that I've missed. Any other new mechanics. I'll tell you what, I'll go down here because this is one of the harder areas in the game. And it's got one of the more... You can see the kind of level design now is getting much more complicated. We've got a lot more going on. So, let's see. Oh, let's press that again. We need to get down here. Spring... Oops, not do that. We need to get down there. Spring off the bulb. Into the green block. I'll just do that before those blocks disappear, otherwise we get fired into the red part. So, yeah, you can see here, look, there's obviously a wall tile to the left of where I am now. Sometimes there are secrets. So, yeah, you know, I think having kind of off-screen walls isn't such a bad thing. It's not something you see often in games, and I think it's probably something that you might see in kind of less, you know, games that haven't been thought about as carefully. But I think this is a deliberate choice in this game. You know, there are secrets hidden in some of those walls, so I'm going to give that a pass, basically. Right. Anyway, we're climbing back up now. Oh. Ah. No. You can see the checkpoint system is starting to become a little bit more unforgiving. Got sent all the way back down here. That's a different way of doing that. Oh, you clown. Right. Just little touches as well. Another little touch there. Have you noticed the little little things the character says when something happens. Ops. I think it was yum for coffee. Just little touches like that. Just adds to the game, doesn't it? You know? Adds to the personality. Anyway, if you think that this game is something that you might want to try and play, that you think looks like a good game, then check out the link below. If you think, wow, this guy must be really cool at making games, then follow them on Twitter where you can find out what they're up to. If you like Pico Playtime, then keep watching the videos because I keep doing these videos, okay? And yeah. Oh my god. Right, I'm stuck down here, so I'm going to have to get myself out of here. Have another sip of my espresso monster. But yeah, thank you for watching. There'll be more Pico 8 videos coming very soon. I'm probably gonna, I think what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna do some more Twitch streams. So if you have a Pico 8 game that you would like me to look at, I don't know, leave a comment or something and I'll add it to the list. The last one that I did, I think I went through kind of 4 or 5 games on stream and then I put it onto the channel on YouTube. So if there's something that you want me to have a look at, let me know. And I'll probably do it on a Twitch stream or something. We'll see. Anyway, thank you for watching once again. This was I Demand Coffee. I've demanded coffee. That's it. Go and play this game. Thank you. See you later. Bye.